If you read the title, chances are you're probably a little confused. Don't worry, I'm not in my existential crisis era, not yet at least. But I figured I'd use my next video to chat about something that's been on my mind for a little while now. And I know, a lot of people want to see part 2 of my strawberry shortcake video. Don't worry, that's on its way. Patience is a virtue, my beloved parakeets, and you're gonna have to get used to being very patient with me because I'm not the most organized person out there. But don't worry everyone, I've prepared a cute little speed paint for you to watch today to keep everyone's mind stimulated. Now then, grab your sketchbooks and a cup of tea and let's get right into it. Hey there, I'm Parako and welcome to my silly little art channel. If you're interested in art tips, challenges, or just enjoy my art in general, feel free to stick around. And hey, maybe drop a like and subscribe if my channel seems like your type of thing. Okay, thanks! I'm not really sure what exactly I should call this. It's not angry or emotion driven enough to be a rant, and I'm not educated enough for it to be a commentary. I suppose the best term would be to call it a yap session. I got this idea a week or so ago when I received this comment. 42 seconds and no likes, Parako fell off. And I want to start off by saying absolutely zero hate to this person. I've obviously censored their name, but I've seen them in my comment section before and they seem like a genuinely nice person with good intentions. And the thing is, I didn't actually know at the time, but this was a sort of trend going around in comment sections across multiple platforms. People were, and still are, going around and saying that creators who had a certain amount of likes after a short time had disappointingly fallen off. Brie actually brought this up in a recent video of hers. Be sure to check it out after this one because she's truly one of the most underrated artists out there and an awesome person. I know how it feels to see a large group of people online with one collective inside joke and how it can be tempting to join in. You might not realize the effects of your comment at the time or how different people may interpret it, so this one parakeet definitely is not the problem. Now, these comments are obviously ironic, with a lot of them being like 12 seconds and no likes, this person fell off, where it's usually kind of obvious that they're joking. But with me being not the most socially aware tool in the shed, I took the comment 100% seriously. Again, not the commenter's fault, this was all me. But to be honest, it sent me into a bit of a spiral. Did I actually fall off? Is my career over? Should I just give up on my dreams and get an office job? It's stressed me out a lot because, yeah, my videos haven't been getting as many views lately. I was worried that people were getting bored of me or that I was becoming irrelevant. But then I realized that I've fallen down this exact same spiral before. Let's take a look at my analytics for a moment. Here's my view count for the past 90 days. See how it goes up and down like a cycle? The same goes for my subscriber count too. This might not be the same for all YouTubers, but that's the way it is for my content. The YouTube algorithm just loves to push my videos so I go viral every once in a while, those are the peaks, and then draw it back, which are the valleys. In those low points, it's easy for content creators to feel like they are, well, falling off. And this becomes even more prevalent with trends like this becoming popular. Buzzwords like fell off and irrelevant can become genuine fears for up-and-coming creators. Of course, I'm not saying that those words shouldn't be used, that's not my point. The point I'm trying to make is that the social media algorithm and the constant need to stay relevant can cause those who post their art to become discouraged, especially young artists and beginner artists. Being an artist on social media means that your numbers begin to align with your own opinions of your art. For example, say you spend a long time on a piece that you stepped out of your comfort zone for, and it turned out really well and you're proud of yourself for that. But then you post it and it doesn't get as many likes or views as you'd hoped it would. I know that if it were me, this would make me feel insecure about the piece and I'd question my worth as an artist in general. If I were trying something new, then it would discourage me from drawing as much, stepping outside of my comfort zone, or improving in general. It's happened before and it's definitely stunted my improvement. Of course, not every artist strives for improvement, it might just be for fun, but I want art to be my career, and I know a lot of people out there want the same. This same thing has often caused me to adapt my art style or choose features that I think my viewers would prefer, rather than things that would make me enjoy creating it. The reverse has happened to me as well. Chances are, if you're subscribed, you've seen it. I made this stupid video a couple months back where I was editing the heart emojis to make them green. This video took me like 30 seconds to make, and it's definitely not my best work. But that video kind of went viral and is one of my most popular videos. I absolutely resent it because I spend hours, even days on certain videos and they don't get a fraction of what that video got. Another problem artists face because of the social media algorithm is that there's also a pressure to post in the times when your content isn't being viewed as much, a feeling I and many other artists online know all too well. And for artists who aren't as experienced, that can completely ruin art for them. I know for me, making art that I forced myself to make can cause me to lose motivation to create art in the future. I begin to resent it.
This can be for many reasons. For artists, the constant need to produce content to stay relevant can create immense pressure and drain their creative energy, ultimately leading to burnout. It can make the act of creating art feel more like a chore than a passion, something that's happened to me before and definitely has happened to many other artists out there. Relying heavily on social media algorithms for exposure can also lead to not only a dependency on, but almost an addiction to the platform itself. And when the algorithm changes unfavorably, it can feel like a loss of control over one's career and visibility. One thing I believe is that creating art primarily for an audience can overshadow the intrinsic satisfaction of the creative process. Without personal enjoyment and fulfillment, the joy that comes with making art diminishes.
Obviously, I'm not saying to stop posting your art online. That's not ideal, especially if it's a source of income for you, the way it is for me. I guess what I'm trying to do is shed a bit of light on how social media and the numbers associated with it can put a lot of pressure on artists. It's something that's weighed on my mind for a little while now, and I'd like to get it off my chest and see if it's something you guys can relate to as well.
In fact, if you're an artist who relies on social media for income like I do and struggles to find the time to take care of yourself in the process, there are some ways you can lighten the load. First of all, setting boundaries is essential. I find it really helpful for artists online to establish clear work hours and boundaries to prevent burnout. You can allocate specific times for creating, posting, and engaging with followers and separate these from personal time. It's also important to make self-care a non-negotiable part of the routine. This can include regular breaks, exercise, healthy eating, sufficient sleep, all the good stuff. You can even create art just for yourself that isn't made solely for the purpose of posting. Of course, this doesn't go for just larger artists online. Anyone can find this helpful, even if you're just starting out or if you have a friend or family member who has any social media accounts for their art.
To all the beginner artists or young artists out there, if there's anything you take away from this video, it should be to remember that your numbers on social media do not dictate in the slightest your worth as an artist. Artists already have it hard enough out there on the internet as is, especially with all the expectations we feel like we need to live up to, and don't even get me started on AI art. In my opinion, the entire point of art is more the enjoyment the artist gets from it rather than what the viewers think. So do yourself a favor and make some art. Express yourself. Get your feelings out or create something that makes you feel happy. I think it's a form of self-care in itself. And if you're not an artist, then you can still be supportive by uplifting the artists around you and sharing their work. It is rough out there on the internet, but remember that it doesn't cost anything to be kind, and sometimes people might really need it. Oh, and here's the finished speed paint, by the way. I really like it. I know I'm constantly drawing komahina, but that's because they're silly and they make me happy. I've actually gotten comments saying that I've converted them into Danganronpa fans or komahina shippers, and if you're one of those people, thank you for joining the dark side. We welcome you with open arms. If you can, do me a favor by commenting down below to let me know what your thoughts on this are. I'd love to hear your stance or your experiences, really. It'll also help me make my next video even better for you all, and hopefully benefit you guys too. The best part is, it's free and only takes 2 clicks. What a deal! Oh, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram where I'll post finished pieces, works in progress, and possibly open commissions in the future. You can also buy me a coffee from this link if you feel like supporting me with a quick donation. All that aside, I wish you all the best of luck on your art journey. I promise you're going to do great. Remember to drink some water, get some rest, have a very hopeful day or night wherever in the world you may be, and happy drawing!